Icons of Literature 2019.
This is a love story that bloomed after the rape of the daughter of Demeter. No one expected this to happen. Not even the god of love, Eros, entailed this to happen. The ruler of the underworld, Hades, was once a heartless, cold-blooded god living in the darkest realms of the earth. For thousands of years, he was living only in his own. One night, as he rose above the green land, there he saw the only daughter of Demeter and his brother Zeus, the maiden of the spring, Persephone. She was a lovely green goddess, the reason why the land flourishes aesthetically. There, at that moment, he knew she will be his queen, the only woman he would adore more than his mother Gaia. The dark lord carried her off. He was enticed by the wondrous bloom of the narcissus. At first, Persephone hated him for stealing her away from her home. But then, she saw how Hades loved her. Hades changed her into a wise goddess. She was far from being gay when she was living in the land of gods. Now, she turned into a dark goddess with a keen-witted god. Let us all bow our heads to the deities of the underworld, King Hades and Queen Persephone!
Iris and Zephyrus. Iris was the goddess of rainbow and the messenger of the Olympian gods. She was often described as the handmaiden and personal messenger of Hera. Iris always wore splendid dresses with bewitching colors. She had gold wings attached to her shoulders and winged sandals on her feet. Zephyrus was described as one of the Anemoi, the winged god of west wind, the gentlest of the winds. Zephyrus is known as the fructifying wind, the messenger of spring. Zephyrus and Iris thought it was love at first sight as they met for the very first time. Since their feelings were exposed, they lived together forever. Ladies, gentlemen, and LGBTQ, the goddess of the rainbow, Iris, together with the god of the west wind, Zephyrus.
Sita and Rama.
Rama or Ram, also known as Ramachandra, is the major deity of Hinduism. He is the seventh avatar of the god Vishnu. He was considered the eighth Balabhadra among the 63 Salakapurusas. In Rama-centric traditions of Hinduism, he is considered the supreme being. Sita is the central female character and one of the central figures in the Hindu epic Ramayana. She is described as the daughter of the earth goddess, Bhumi, and the adopted daughter of King Janaka of Videha and his wife, Queen Sunaina. Sita is known for her dedication, self-sacrifice, courage, and purity. She came from the Deha dynasty by birth. Sita in her youth chooses Rama, the prince of Ayodhya, as her husband and a Sayamvara bride, choosing the best from a crowd of suitors after a contest, where Rama proves his heroism and valor, martial power, and defeats the other seekers for Sita's hand in marriage. After the war, Rama asked Sita to undergo Agni Pariksha, an ordeal of fire, by which she proves her purity before she is accepted by Rama. After proving her purity, Rama and Sita return to Ayodhya, where they are crowned as king and queen. Ladies and gentlemen, our king and queen,
meaning there were two gods, Tungkong Langit and Alonsina. These gods were in love and they were married, while Tungkong Langit was away for his jobs. Alonsina was only idle, was all her time to beautify her hair and appearance, and doubted Tungkong Langit's fate in love. Tungkong Langit is a popular deity of the people of ancient Panay. He is a version of the all-powerful creator deity who made the world out of primordial chaos. However, there are two gods in the Panay pantheon called Tungkong Langit. Tungkong Langit continues to live on in the hearts and minds of ethnic Panay groups, especially those who escaped the Spanish Inquisition, and the stories continue to live on till this day. Ladies and gentlemen, Tungkong Langit and Alonsina!
Man would go and look to see her, but no one wanted to marry her. Aphrodite was so upset that the people were not worshipping her, that she asked her son Cupid to make Psyche fall in love with the most hideous creature. In the process, this would bring shame to her. Cupid looked at the girl and fell in love with Psyche at first sight. Psyche's dad got so worried about Psyche not being married that he went to Apollo to see why Apollo. Apollo told him that she's going to marry a hideous creature. When the dad found out, he told his daughter and he took her up to the mountain. In the mountain, Psyche couldn't see anything but heard many voices. She was at a known paradise. One day, a voice told her that her family is coming up to the mountain to visit her. She begged the voice to let her see them. The voice agreed but told her that there's a consequence for doing so. When she met them, she filled her three sisters with jealousy, so much in vain that they plotted a way to help her lose everything. Psyche knew what they told her and found out that the person she loved and the voice was Cupid. Cupid was highly angered by this and left her. She vowed to search for him, which led her to Aphrodite in the end. Aphrodite created many tasks that would have her lose her beauty, but none of them were successful. So she sent her looking for a rose. Cupid finally went to find Psyche after he realized he still loved her, and once he found her, he went to the gods and asked them to give Psyche immortality and to formally marry them. In the end, they got married, stayed in Olympus, and Aphrodite got over her jealousy. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome the love that cannot live if there is no trust. Cupid, the god of love and affection, and his beloved wife, Psyche, the goddess of soul.
Indore play from Mahabharata, written by Kalidasa of India, is considered to be the greatest Indian literary work. The play starts when Rishi Kanva found a baby in the forest by Shakuntala birds. Therefore, he named the baby Shakuntala, meaning protected. Shakuntala grew up to be very attractive and determined. King Dushanta is a war king who became Shakuntala's husband. The theme of the play revolves on achieving true and sincere love through surpassing challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, Shakuntala, the Indian goddess of fortune, and King Dushanta.
King Arthur was known as the legendary British leader. He was the son of Arthur Pendragon. King Arthur led the defense of Britain against Saxon invaders in the late 5th and early 6th centuries. He admired King Leo de Grancy's daughter of Scotland, Queen Guinevere, and married her in spite of the warning he got from his mentor, Merlin, that Guinevere would be unfaithful to him. Throughout the story of King Arthur and his court, Guinevere represents both loyalty and betrayal. She is seen by the people of Camelot as a devoted supporter of her husband's deeds and ideas. But later, the table turned, for she made an affair to one of her husband's knights, Lancelot. Guinevere soon regretted what she'd done to her husband after his death in the Battle of Holy Grail. From there on, She devoted herself to no other man aside from her husband. Ladies and gentlemen, His Royal Highness King Arthur Pendragon